Hey gang, welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Co Cigar, 2420 Government Street in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Cold Ocean Springs, Mississippi. We don't get to say that much.
No, man.
I'm here with
Oh,
Bones,
it's not so bad.
Mort, and myself, Maverick, coming to you live on Facebook and YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
How about that shit? We're moving up in the world.
Yep. A couple people got thrown off YouTube, but we're on.
YouTube,
Yeah,
Facebook.
we hadn't gotten kicked off yet.
Can't get kicked
I'm
out of
surprised we haven't been kicked off.
can't get kicked off of Parler because they just got rid of Parler altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that they got rid of Parler, they just
Amazon
They
and
took it-
Google
they
shut it down.
took it down out of their stores,
Yeah.
so you can't get the app anymore.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of shit.
I'm really
So-
surprised we haven't been kicked off.
Why?
I don't know.
We're pretty
Should we push
tame.
the envelope a little bit sometime?
Maybe
I
we
don't
should.
know.
What's it called? I just read on Facebook, Zuckerberg, Facebook boy,
Uh-huh.
Fucking
lost
idiot.
$7 billion doing something.
Good.
A lot of people dropped ads from him,
Yeah.
and he lost $7 billion.
Man,
Yeah.
but the scammers are still on there. You know, you can buy
Yeah.
a Windows 10 computer, mini computer for $50.
Yeah.
Or a nice little laser printer chip for $29.99.
Exactly. That's why you use PayPal for some shit like that. too.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I got scammed on one thing. I was getting a not a tabletop, but a foldable workbench. You know, one of those foldable
Yeah.
workbenches. $29. Like $29.99 from like $59.
Uh,
2 months hadn't come in. I went on the PayPal,
PayPal
said,
dispute.
"Hey, this never came in." Blah blah blah. A week later, they said, "We'll contact." Well, not even the next day. They said, "We're contacting the whatever." A week later, they said, "Can't get a hold of them." Boom, here's your
Yep.
money back.
Hmm.
Now they go after my gas. I don't.
They
I guess.
they call them or they email them and ask them what's going on with it. I did get a tracking number on that thing,
Huh.
so we'll see how that goes.
I haven't got beat, I don't think. I don't think I have.
Somehow I'm not logged in the 5
Well,
minutes
you
later.
buy a lot. You buy a lot of stuff local.
Yeah.
You get a lot of stuff
Yeah,
on the
China,
marketplace. Oh, yeah, you do go on Wish a lot.
Well, you used to.
Yeah. I have not a lot. I used to a lot, but now I know. But, about 80% of the things that come out of there are pretty decent.
Yeah?
Yeah. It really is.
You get cigars on Wish?
No, I don't think I can
No.
get cigars off Wish.
Well, I wish they had them.
Yeah, they'd probably be all right.
I might be.
Yeah. So, who we got joining us, Bones?
I don't know. Let's see.
The master of the mouse.
We got
Yeah,
Patrick.
Morrison,
Patrick's
Kevin
here.
Clovelly's, Tyler
Kevin,
Garcia.
Tyler, and Michael Joseph.
Oh, my
Dominique.
MTV Mike.
MTV Mike.
He's alive. I texted him like 2 weeks ago when it was nice out and said, "Hey, when are you working? Let's play some golf." He never answered me.
What's up, Mike? Why ain't you
What the
answering?
Really?
Yeah, he's ghosting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing some shit. So before we go any further, let me say two things.
All right.
And it's the only time I'll mention it. OH.
I.O.
Enough said.
Yeah.
It was a good game to watch. It has good points. The games. There were
Oh
some
yeah,
good shots in
it was exciting for a while. I
Eh,
agree. For a little while it was back and forth, back and forth.
I'm going to tell you right now, I quit messing with social media, with listening and watching people's comments after the first 3 and out.
I didn't
When,
send
when we
anything
lost, when we lost
nice.
our stud score,
in the first play of the game.
I said, man, we're
Doomed.
kind of doomed. Yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah. I was really kind of,
But I was the only one sitting here rooting on
Kinda
Ohio
disappointed.
State with Scott.
well, of course, because you got to have those that don't have a team playing in it.
Dissing you.
Got to ridicule. Yeah, they got to dish you. They got to ridicule. Yeah, I know. Kevin knows. He followed the numbers too. They tried to keep the numbers and the names close hold until closer to the game, but
They both had things going
They
against
just
them.
got out.
Both teams had things going against them. But as we talked earlier, Alabama's just freaking deep. They're deep.
in everything.
They can have half their starters out and probably still compete with just about every team they play.
no question about it. I think
Yeah.
they would have done.
And if,
Hey, from South
Saban-
Dakota,
Saban
I bet
broke a
it's
record, right?
balls cold in South Dakota.
Tommy.
I know that name. Why do I know that name? I see that name all the time.
It has to be freezing there,
It's
right?
got to be cold,
South
man.
Dakota?
But it's worse than North, right?
No, North Dakota's worse than anything.
That's what I'm saying. North is worse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
said South was us.
I thought
No.
too. Man, the Montanans used to make fun of the Nodaks. North Dakotans, they'd make fun of them. They
Dude, tell us,
books
Tom.
on-
What's the weather like, Tom?
had books on North Dakota jokes. It was funny. There was a big battle between North Dakota and Montana.
Dude, it's biting at you.
Yeah.
What is
I mean,
It's only 55. What? It's warmer there than it is here.
No shit.
What the heck?
It is right now.
really.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom. Get your fishing pole, throw it out there, grab that weather, and pull
Dude.
it back.
It's freaking 39 degrees in Ocean Springs. It's 39. It's
Yeah,
warm
it's
in
39
fucking
here,
South Dakota
brother.
than it is down here.
This is the coldest week a couple of days we've
Feels
had.
like 36. So that means it's going to be like fucking 25 when I go to work tomorrow.
Not me, because I'm staying at home.
Thank God for auto start. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, I know it's.
Oh yeah, you have your car on heat, walk right into it.
I'm gonna
You literally got 30 seconds in the cold.
30 seconds. Oh yeah, get from your door to your car.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I let it run for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you
I'm
got
like-
to before you put it
You know,
in.
that's against the law in some places. In Nebraska, that's against the law.
I'm gonna let it run.
To
kill
warm
some
your car
fucking
up?
deers.
If you leave it running and it's unlocked.
Let me guess, they're run by Democrats.
No, just a dumbass Republican governor.
Oh,
He's a dumbass. Ricketts owns the Chicago Cubs.
How do you even think of that? It's
What?
illegal to warm your
They
car up.
Because they don't want
Niceville,
people
Florida,
to
45. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, you're a real jerk sometimes. You know that?
Yep.
No, people
Oh.
do make these
I was gonna
stupid laws
say-
up. No, I thought he thought I meant him too.
Niceville, Florida's not 45 degrees. Get
It
the
probably
fuck
is.
out. Niceville?
Yeah, it probably is.
Isn't that where Kevin's at? No, he's at Port Lucie.
Oh, yeah, Kevin's way south.
Yeah, you know
Niceville's
that?
over here
Some
by
of these
Fort Walton
laws-
Beach.
What is it with
Yeah.
these guys?
yeah.
Some of these laws they make up, and how do they even think of that? What they
Yeah.
sitting on the hopper making that up?
Knee-jerk reactions to somebody's complaints.
Yes, exactly what it is.
That's what it is. What are you smoking?
I am smoking the Great Cliff Double Espresso. And it doesn't have, I've smoked other Great Cliffs before, good. This one just doesn't really have,
Doesn't do it for you.
no, it's smokable, but it's not. And when you see Double Espresso, I'm thinking some kind of coffee or chocolate or something.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a goddamn thing out of it.
No.
No.
Just a cigar.
Yeah.
I'm smoking a Hudson Bay. Is that what it is?
Yeah, those aren't.
Hudson
Bay,
It's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'm smoking.
Inexpensive.
You know, one of these every day. Just
Inexpensive, cheap.
Yeah,
I mean, not
they're pretty
cheap, but-
reasonable, but they're pretty good. Not too expensive, but they're a decent cigar.
What's in
What do
bag?
you got there?
I don't think I've smoked any.
I just received these in the mail yesterday.
Oh, you got them yesterday?
I did.
And mine didn't come in today yet either. Damn it.
Frontline Cigars put out a new
Oh,
cigar
nice.
called the Defender series.
And Frontline is
Or
what?
the Defender. One of our sponsors, as a matter
Yes,
of fact.
Frontline. Yes.
So
What do you-
when I saw it, I said, I know he's not going to send us free ones because
No.
that dude, he's tight with the bucks.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, you put a penny in his pocket, it brings tears to Lincoln's
But
eyes.
but to their credit, Frontline donates a lot of money
Yeah, they do.
to the
Okay,
first responders, police officers.
wipe it off.
What? I'm just saying that's what they do.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
we know
That's
that.
all right.
You know.
It's a good company.
A couple of listeners might not.
What's that?
A couple of listeners might not know that.
Oh,
Oh, look at what goes across the screen now, Mike Bryant. Guess what, Mike Bryant? If you don't get your ass to the shop, I can't save your cake.
I'm eating that shit. I'm going to eat it. You're not getting any of it.
Doc Gaffey. Welcome,
Gabby, how you doing,
Gavin.
Gab?
Welcome,
Gavin?
But I'll give you the review on this after I take it down a little bit.
Dr. Rodriguez?
What'd you get out of the tip though with the candela? It's got a candela tip. and
Caitlin,
a
how
candela
you
tip.
doing?
I didn't really get anything odd. I just nothing.
Nice hat, Dad.
Thank
Nothing
you. What do you think
spectacular.
of the Michael Corleone?
It's nice.
I got it in New Orleans when we went for our birthday last year. You'll never guess what I got a deal. I got a steal.
50
on
bucks.
Of course you did.
the Scowl, $80.
It's nice. It's a nice look.
Probably talked him down
And
from 90.
it fits a lot better now. Believe it or not, I lost a little weight. It was a little.
In your head, you think you lost weight?
Absolutely. Dude, I couldn't get it down there. It was always sitting on
Can I
top
try
of
it
the
on?
head.
I think maybe you stretched it out a little bit.
I don't wear it. I usually wear it in my suit and my jacket.
Oh, that's nice.
There's a hat shop in New Orleans on
That's nice.
I can't remember what street. It's one of the big streets. That kind of narrows.
Can't
it.
remember. It's one of the big ones.
It kind of narrows it down a little bit.
That's a real deal one too.
Probably Canal.
That's
I
a real
think
deal
it might have
dude.
been.
That's a real deal one.
Where's the sanitizer?
Oh, I don't know. I wanted that. Now, here I was just bashing Facebook advertisement, but I saw this thing about leather top hats. Has that ad showed up in your Facebook yet?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Hat.
Leather top hats. It's shown up, and I don't know what the name of the company is, but they make top hats.
Yeah, like Lincoln would wear.
Well, not quite
That big.
Oh, not that
quite
big,
that
but similar.
Yeah, something like oh fuck, who was the singer?
I could put a
They
piece
used
in
to
the
wear
freezer.
top hats.
Slash.
Yeah, Slash. Yeah,
Slash wears one.
Shorter one. He wears a short
He
one.
does one, the shorter one. These are leather, and they run about, I don't know, anywhere from 140 on up.
Dude, that's
And
gonna
they
be
look
stiff
they look
and
pretty
hard
slick.
to-
Well, yeah, but you know,
And they want how much
Nice.
they want?
they're around $150 easy.
He
Oh,
said
did you see it, Kevin?
Yes. Lincoln wore stovepipe.
Yeah, it was a
That's-
stovepipe.
okay.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Kevin.
Now, if it showed up in his feed, what do you think, man? Do those hats kind of look pretty amazing? If you want my opinion, I think I may have to dump some stimulus money that way.
And that's where I bought that table from, one of those Facebook ads. I learned I won't do it again.
Well, this is
Yeah.
an American company. I did
You
check
did
it
the
out a little
research.
bit. Yeah, you
And that's
you
what I
actually
do
get
now.
a real
If I see
website.
something, I'll go online first. I'll look at the website. I'll try to do as much. Because there's a girl that we know from the Bayou Bar. She's starting one of those online boutique things.
Uh-huh.
And she says, hey, what do you guys think about me advertising on Facebook? And I went back to her. I said, be careful, because my personal opinion, 90% of shit advertised on Facebook is a scam.
Yeah. Well, she can do local marketplace.
Yeah, she does that. She does that already.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah.
You get some steals, but that's getting kind of.
I
Kinda
never
sketchy.
pay for nothing on what they want for that.
Oh, I know. If it says $5, you're going to get them down to $1,
Well,
yeah.
and they're going to deliver it for you.
Yeah,
and it's going to be like
most people
500
come here.
pounds.
One of the girls that I work works in maintenance. She's I can't say what rank she is because I'll give her away. But anyway, a very intelligent girl. New baby, like 3 months old. So baby until she's selling her iPhone 11 on Marketplace. So she gets a message back from somebody that says, "Hey, meet me here."
Okay.
All that stuff. So she gets where she's
I
going.
think I remember that story.
So the guy comes over. Kid comes over to the car. She's sitting there talking. He grabs the phone and
And runs.
He takes it, books it.
I
She
think
goes,
that was
"Yeah."
actually on the local news as well.
Was it?
I believe so.
Wow.
And she went right down. She called the cops. She goes, "We know who it is. He's done it before.
Mhm.
Oh, good.
Went, got
good.
it. I won't get anything back until it goes to court." I said, "You take him to court?" She goes, "Hell yeah." I said, "Good for you." I said, "But next time, I'm telling you, you're young enough to be my daughter. I'll tell you what I tell my daughter. You sell anything online, Facebook, Craigslist, anything. You take them, you tell them, meet me at the local police department, because I usually have parking spots there for that stuff,
Sure.
Yeah.
and go there.
That way they're on camera.
Don't ever go to that place.
And
Don't
never
bring,
at night.
don't bring
Yeah.
them to your house. Don't.
Yeah, I have everybody
Yes.
meet me here. You know what I
and
mean?
they
For
bring it
whatever
to you.
reason. Yeah, they bring it to me.
Well, actually, I go extra Bobby. He'll have the product. Just leave him the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I usually have them meet me here.
Yeah. If I ever want something, I'll just, hey, get it for me.
Yeah, meet me here. That's where I have them meet
Doesn't
me.
look right now. No,
Dude, some
Ronnie's
things
here.
I get so cheap. They're driving 25 miles
Ronnie!
for $10.
I know.
Ronnie, we got since Ronnie came on,
Ronnie.
guys. We got some nice Gurkha, looked like pocket knife cigar cutters in
Yeah.
to the shop. So we all got one, and we said, well, let's give some of them away on the show. I go to buy some yesterday.
They're gone.
There's one left.
Yeah.
I
there's
said,
one.
well, I don't have mine yet, so guess what? I'm buying it. We're going to order
It's
some
nice,
more.
it's a nice cutter. It's a
and give
nice,
those away.
nice
But
clipper.
I was given something by somebody else to give away on the show. We'll give away next week. We'll figure out how we're going to give it away. A nice Zycar,
Oh, that is nice.
if you can see it, Zycar bottle
It's a
opener,
bottle
man.
opener.
And if you put it on your key, it'd be a pretty heavy freaking keychain.
Can
Let me
family
see that.
members
Put
Yeah.
it
win?
on your keychain.
Oh, yeah.
Can family members win?
No.
No family members.
Pretty cool.
Usually when you do radio station contests, no family members of the show or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the big boys.
That's
Though.
up to you.
Yeah.
We're only the little boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
You know
if
what I mean?
Caitlin or Patrick chimes in, we'll know that they.
I guess they can. I don't really
Yeah,
care.
I don't
As long
care
as-
about that.
We just got to figure out how we're going to do it, and we're going to come up with some other stuff and give away other little.
I mean, because they do
Little things.
represent about 10% of our viewership.
Yeah.
So
Doc, if you're still online, they came in today, and I'm smoking this next. The La Cura Churchill.
the big
That is a Churchill. I mean,
Yeah, that's a nice
as big as
cigar.
it is, that's what my wife called it last night. Oh, look at that Churchill. You didn't hear that, Kim.
Oh, but he quit buying cigars.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
No, I bought these before I said that. What do you mean rigged? You sit home and do nothing all day for 3 weeks. You be quiet.
You know why? You know why she does that?
Because you can.
Because she can.
Absolutely.
Oh, she had off 3 weeks.
She's taking some time off.
Good
Yes.
for her.
She don't want to go back.
Oh, she doesn't want to go back. No.
Yeah, you
I
can.
don't-
So 150 seems awfully cheap for a real.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too cheap.
I'll find it and make a note of it and show it on here one time.
But wouldn't
maybe
that,
when
wouldn't
I
you
get
think
one.
that'd be kind of the brim part?
Tom Petty used to
hard?
wear one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Oh, those are nice.
they got to be heavy, or maybe they're not.
Oh,
Um,
it's leather. It's got to be.
Yeah, I
you
guess
know,
it
gotta
is,
Have
yeah.
a little weight
you would
to
think.
it.
So we did the football game. We did. What
Yep.
about the NFL playoff last weekend? Right?
The Browns beat
Oh
Pittsburgh.
my God,
So let me, before you start, who was the home team?
Pittsburgh.
Okay, because they kept saying that a majority of the games were won by the visitors.
They were.
The dog.
Except for New Orleans. And who was it? There was two home teams that won,
Well, New Orleans won and Buffalo won.
and Buffalo. The majority of the games were won by the away teams.
Yeah.
But I turned that channel on when I got home, and it was 20-0, and the first quarter wasn't even over yet. I was like,
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
here,
the first mistake was they threw it right over Rothenberg or
I
Ben's
snapped
head.
it over his head.
Snapped it over his head. They ran it in. They walked it in.
Oh,
for a
that's
touchdown.
right. That's right. It was one of the fastest touchdowns in playoff history.
He's got one job, and what's that?
To snap it.
And the snapper was making a lot of mistakes that night. A lot short, a lot high. It was just he wasn't having a good day. The snapper was not having a good day.
Was he their
Yeah, their guy. There was their main
he
guy.
was their center.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was just having a bad game.
Wow.
And I think there was something the week before, and I can't remember the scenario. They said if Pittsburgh had won the week before, they would have been set up better for last week.
Yeah.
Oh, Pittsburgh just laid an egg.
But they chose to let their starters, a few starters, sit
Yeah.
the week before
Yeah.
and take a break, and they ended up losing that game,
yeah.
and it cost them.
As positioning.
Yeah.
Yes.
They laid an egg,
position.
man.
Oh,
Towards the
yeah,
end of the
they,
season, they were
but-
like,
But they came back. They made that.
They
comeback
came
in
back
that game.
strong, but then Rosenberg threw another interception and a couple of bad throws, and that was the end of it.
to Cleveland.
I
Yes.
will, Kaylin. She's got an idea. Ken's got an idea for the drawing.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Lost too. Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle
Whoa.
lost, but they've been playing shitty lately anyway.
Yeah, but I didn't.
But
pick
that was
one.
a home team too. That and being in Seattle, the temperature and everything they said could have had an effect, but I didn't see it happen.
No.
I
in
didn't see it.
Seattle. It's a closed down.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
open.
They
Yeah.
left it open.
But you know what too?
Really? Wow.
Is-
No.
If you're going somewhere
Sun
cold,
shining.
I think if the wind's really not howling because they got some gear on, they got some gear on, but if the wind's not really howling, it's not a great advantage. It's an advantage, but like if the wind's howling and stuff like that and blowing, then it's getting on you. You know what I mean by
Yeah.
getting on you, no matter
yeah.
what, because they have the
It's cutting through you.
they have the gear on. You know what I mean, the
Right.
insulated stuff, ventilated stuff. But when the wind's flying, it don't matter, and it doesn't matter when for the other team.
But
It's
see,
the
like
home team.
a team like New Orleans going to Green Bay, that's going to be a tough game.
That's going to be a real tough game, real tough because it's going to be even colder.
It's going to
in
be
2 weeks.
cold.
We're
Yeah,
going where?
New Orleans
Going
going to
to
Green Bay.
If they get by Tampa Bay, they're going to be going to Green Bay.
Oh yeah, but they got to get by Tampa Bay first.
I think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I don't know.
The secondary for Tampa Bay is terrible.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Yeah, but that old man behind the center is still pretty damn freaking good.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Brady fan.
I know it. Yeah, like I said, it may be an offensive battle back and forth, but the defense for Tampa Bay is horrendous.
If New Orleans,
They're secondary.
if all the New Orleans key players are playing, we're in great shape
I think you're right.
because we've got some great players.
Here comes Cake Boy.
Who, Rodney?
No,
Oh, Mike-
what do you
Rodney's
think the
here.
first thing he
Mike-
said
Mike?
when he walked in?
Yeah.
Is Barry here with the cake yet?
Oh, he was here earlier?
Oh,
Yeah.
When I came in,
Yeah,
yeah.
when you came in. Barry here with the cake yet?
Speaking of Tampa Bay and Tom Brady,
Do me a favor. Could you go get that bolt? One that's on the. Let's just set it over here.
what's your thoughts on Belichick turning down the presidential citizen award?
I think it's poor form by him. I think it's poor form. I think that it's an invitation. It's an invitation by the president, and Patrick's online, and he'll tell you, what a feeling it is to actually meet the sitting president, or a president for that matter.
Right.
Regardless of whether you agree with them on their politics or not, it's an invitation. You're getting something from them. By turning down that something, he's a fool. He's showing poor form.
And that's the way I felt when I first read that, because I'm like Patrick. Granted, all right, I didn't agree with Obama's policies and a lot of things he did, but if I was invited to the White House, I would have went.
You know
Because
what?
that's the way we were raised in the
And you
military.
know how we
You
love it.
respect
The
office.
swag you're getting.
Oh yeah, you're getting the stuff.
You respect the office. But
Yep.
somebody also said, that's his choice.
It is his choice.
He should have just said, no, I'm not going, and not really elaborate why. And he didn't really get into it, but
Everybody knows
about
why.
it was about the politics and what
Yeah, but
happened.
Belichick doesn't
last
say
week.
a lot too much. Anyway.
But a lot of people basing a lot of decisions they make now on what happened last week.
Yeah.
When everybody, there's two sides to each story, and I've gotten to a lot of arguments, which I'm not going to get into anymore on Facebook, because I'm not going to. I'm writing something that I'm putting out tomorrow that I'm just going to basically. Facebook's going to be for me basically is family, close friends, and cigars. What we do with this and cigars. I'm not going to discuss politics on Facebook anymore, because I don't. Not that I don't understand. I can't. It's hard to decide what to believe and not believe, because every side is going, well, this is what happened.
Yeah.
This is what happened. You have to
It's
make
very
up-
hard to
you gotta-
decipher.
You got to look at everything. But when I watch the news at home on TV, even the wife's getting to the point where we can't watch it anymore, because it also seems to be one-sided or the other. If there's no, and we talked about it earlier, there's no integrity with news.
There's no journalism integrity. There
anymore.
Journalistic
It's all
integrity is
opinions, and they're pushing the opinions. I think social media, to me, is the biggest problem we have with everything that's going on. If there was no social, you know what I mean? It's
I understand. what
caused a
you're
lot of
saying.
problems.
Yeah.
A lot of problems. But we got other shit to worry about. I'm not worried about so much for myself, because hopefully I got another 20 years.
Alive.
But after that, it's on our kids.
Mhm.
They'll only put our kids at 40, 50 years old. They got the problem.
Yep. And
Yeah.
most of us that grew up, I'm going to say, let's say from Reagan to the present, those of us that started voting with Reagan in the 80s or in 1980 when he first ran, we saw the immediate need to protect the future of our nation's assets. In other words, don't spend stupidly.
Right.
So there was a big there was a great big huge upsurge in Republican voters because of Reagan.
Absolutely.
Reagan Republicans, because most people looked at Reagan, and I'm just going to say right now, for the most part, a lot of his policies were very libertarian, if you can stretch it that far. But he was more concerned with small government, protect the money, things like that. Although he really didn't live by that as far as small government, because he didn't do anything to decrease the size. But unfortunately, everybody beyond him has done nothing but increase the size of government.
Well, it's going to get even bigger.
Yes, and I'm paraphrasing a quote by one of our elected officials, who's the House Majority Leader. We need to pump more money into the government so they can make more jobs. Okay, first of all, the government does not make jobs with taxpayers' money. You don't make government jobs to save money. That's costing money.
Right.
Exactly.
Each one of us that work civil service knows that money that's in our paycheck comes from the coffers of citizens, including ourselves. We pay taxes too. So when you see and you hear things like the government's going to make more government jobs, you go, man,
that's not good.
No, it's not good.
But Joe's already said his main concern is COVID-19. Okay. And the stimulus and all that. He goes, we got to I want to better the economy. We need to pump more money into the economy. No, we're pumping money we don't have. We're printing money. We're giving people money we don't have.
Right.
Dude,
that is correct.
With trillions in the hole, and we're still giving with the last COVID bill. If you don't read the paper, or whatever, what was in the last one, giving millions to this country and millions to this country, it's supposed to be a stimulus bill. Giving billions of dollars to other countries is not a stimulus bill. It doesn't help us. You could have kept that and given everybody a $2,000 check and have money left over.
Yeah,
they're losing. They've lost their
minds.
They've lost their minds already. But
yeah,
we got any cigar news? We do have cigar news per Half Whale, an article on Half Whale.
Okay.
Stogie Road Cigars has severed ties with Gabby Caffey, and they're looking for a new factory.
Yeah. Nothing more on that other than that headline.
No.
And we're not privy to anything.
And we're not going to speculate by any means.
Nope. We've made the mistake of speculating before, and we've been told you guys are a little bit off the mark. Stay on what you're doing.
And that's that's between them.
And speaking of Half Wheel, I do want to go on the record to say that Half Wheel, you guys really need to.
Oh, there's another thing.
Pay close attention to those shops that do online sales only, because there are some cigar manufacturers that have taken the time to create cigars for sale without a brick and mortar face.
Okay.
Some just can't afford a brick and mortar.
Some of them can't. Some of them actually started it while they were working full-time jobs as something that they really wanted to do. And you guys, you're missing out on an opportunity with this line, the Frontline Cigars, to be a good voice for everybody.
Well, it was put on,
and I'm not just saying that because they're a sponsor.
But their specific, I think their specific wording by Half Wheel is, we don't review cigars that are sold online. Is that not what they said, or did I not get that 100% correct?
They're not reviewing cigars that are 100% online sales.
Yeah, which I'm like you, I think is totally wrong.
Yeah.
The one person the one that doesn't have I'm not gonna I'll answer him later. I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. It had to do with what did it have to do with?
I don't know where you were going.
What were you talking about?
You were talking about
online sales
and the brick and mortar.
Stogie Press. He reviews any and every cigar that is sent to him.
Yep.
Regardless if they're online only, whatever, and he gives a fair and what he by his numbering system a rating.
Right.
And it's not like Cigar Journal where I don't know for a fact. I can't say it's a fact, but some people say you pay to get Cigar Journal and they give you a favorable rating.
Well, they say the same thing about Cigar Aficionado too.
Yeah, well, that's
unless
known,
you're a sponsor.
I think that's
I don't know, but
yeah.
One of the best reviews out there for numbers wise, I think Jimmy is Stogie Rhodes. Even though he is a Boston fan, I still
And we've had him on our show.
I still
so
don't know why he's a Boston
actually talked to him about his rating system, and it makes sense, and it's fair, it's equitable, and he does a lot of different things that maybe some others wouldn't do.
Okay.
Like how does it fit in my hand, and things like that. So
because he sent me his whole thing,
the criteria,
and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I called him. I said, Jimmy, the max you can get is 96, and that's when he threw in you can get an extra point for this.
Yep.
Or you can get an extra point for this, or an extra point for that.
Okay.
I said, okay, because there's some cigars that come out in those big magazines, but 95s, 96, you get them, and it's like, well,
How did you rate that?
How did 90? Whoa.
Yeah.
And
I one that sticks in my mind was a 97 rating on an Oliva, and don't get me wrong, Oliva is a pretty tasty smoke, but I didn't see how they came up with that high of a rating for that cigar. It actually unraveled on me, which that surprised me more than anything else.
Right.
Well, we know you can get a 20-count box of cigars and have one or two that are not.
If they're hand rolled, you expect some inconsistencies
or a defect of some sort.
Right. Absolutely. We just you press on. And you press on.
Well, if you live in the state of Mississippi and you're 65 or young or older, you can now get the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, anybody online that's looking, if you're VA, you can call your local VA and set up an appointment, and they will give you the vaccine, which is what I'm doing tomorrow. Any age.
Okay.
As long as you're a veteran. And they won't give spouses or anything like that because they haven't served, they haven't done, which is fine because apparently they're not getting enough people to come in and take the vaccine, which is their choice.
You know what surprised me is on our local news, and I'm sure it happens nationally as well, the Pfizer vaccine, because it has to be so cold that then they take it out and they have to prepare it for the injection. So they're doing all this preparation. Well, in the last couple of days, they've had some vials that they had to destroy because not enough people showed up for their appointments.
And they defrosted per se.
Yep, and it had to be by the end of the day, I guess,
destroyed. Temp. Yeah.
So, even though they tell you, it's by appointment only, in a lot of cases, towards the end of the day, people that are walking off the street are able to go in and get those the vaccination.
Is that watertight?
I would think so, but I'm not about to try it.
Well, they arrested a nurse or some medical person last week or the week before because he purposely left out 500 doses to thaw out and do whatever, and they became ineffective. And
and you found out if you read the rest of the story, he didn't think it was safe. He was one of those anti-vaxxers.
So he destroyed.
He destroyed it because he.
You know what?
He didn't
Don't be in that department. Change your department.
You know what I
mean? Instead of destroying something that's going to help somebody else.
I listened to everybody on the debate. We talked about it here in the shop. We talked to the people that actually know what they're talking about. Doc Rodriguez is another one that when they started offering this out at work, I contacted him and said, "Hey, should I do this? Is this I've got some real concerns. I'm really worried about this just not being, effective." He said, "Do it. Don't even think twice about it. Just do it."
And don't forget to get your flu shot. Because one thing you don't want to get, and he'll tell you, anybody tell you, if you get the flu and the COVID at the same time, it's going to be very hard.
Well, now one of the things that they're stressing with regards to vaccinations, especially the COVID one, is they want to make sure that you're not vaccinated for the flu or shingles or anything like that before this. And I think it's like 2 weeks before.
Right.
Oh, within a certain amount of time. But if you did it months and months and months.
Oh, yeah. You get a month ago, it's fine.
Okay.
But within a couple of weeks, they don't want you having anything else
in your system
like this.
There's some people concerned that, and my daughter's one of them with metals and certain things in vaccines and everything. And I can understand that. There's not nearly as many metals in vaccines nowadays than there were 10 years ago, I'm told by our friend Will. But
Because the metal is what we're worried about as far as autism and things like
Correct.
that.
But somebody put it to me, I thought was fantastic. It was an interview I saw on CBS Sunday with the girl Gail on the show and Chris Rock. And they were talking about whatever. And then he said something. She goes, oh, yeah, about the vaccine. Because he mentioned COVID-19 for something. He said, about the vaccine. Are you going to take it? He's like, hell yeah. And he said something that just kind of just
Put it up for you. I understand.
He said, I take Tylenol for a headache, and my headache goes away. And I have no clue what's in Tylenol.
Acetaminophen.
But the point is, all the things they put in the
I get what he's saying.
And it kind of, we take other medications from doctors that we have no clue what's in them.
Yep.
And we don't think twice about it. So what?
Because we're relying on our professional.
Oh, because they got it done so quick. They did this. They did that.
That's one of the main concerns I had was this tested enough? And I did some independent research after you talked to me about your friend who works in that area, and I did see some issues that they had with just about every one of them, and they come down to, oh, well, I didn't know that I had hypertension, or I didn't know that I was pre-diabetic, or I didn't know I had a shellfish allergy.
Yeah.
So those unknown things were what contributed to the issues that they've had so far. They had a couple of issues with some medical professionals. I think one of them turned out to be she just fainted every time she got a shot anyway.
A needle. Yeah.
Now you got your brother smoking needs to stay away from the Moderna one because it has shellfish in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He can't.
Yeah.
That'll put. And we're back to the old standard, like the military. You get your shot, you sit and wait 20 minutes to see.
Any reaction.
Now something might happen. Yeah, you might have a reaction a little later, but
yeah. But in general,
if you're going to go into anaphylactic
shock,
it's going to be pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that's why they want you sitting around.
Are you taking it?
Yes. I don't think that it's going to be the answer to everything. It's not going to be the cure-all.
No.
But
is it meant to be a cure-all?
A lot of people are hoping that it is, but it's not like the polio vaccination or the vaccine or the polio shot that prevents you from getting polio or anything like that. You're still susceptible. You can still catch it.
So it's supposed to just lessen the effect.
I personally would rather have one that eradicates it, so that we don't have to worry about it ever again.
Well, I think they rushed it. They did it. They got it. And now maybe they'll put a little bit more time in it to find something that might.
The second dose.
You know what I'm saying?
The second go around.
When they have more time. But as back to my friend, he said that, most studies are 3,000 to 3,500 participants over a lengthy time.
Length of years, yes.
But he said this was like 45 to 50,000 people in like 5-6 different countries. So it was tested. They got to do something because I'm tired of worrying about this.
Kind of like everybody else in the world, they want their economies opened up. They want to get back to
normalcy,
a normal life.
Yeah,
yes.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what Cuomo is now. Cuomo's now saying, "Oh, we can't shut down. We shouldn't shut down. We got to stay."
What a shock!
Well, dude, you shouldn't have shut down the first time, but you did,
and he wrecked his economy as a result of it.
He actually came out yesterday and said New York is broke. I haven't heard that since before.
Because
I joined the military, and Ed Koch was, New York.
Remember
Ed Koch, chicken guy. He looked like Frank from. Remember the chicken brand? He always did the chicken commercials with his sons and shit.
Oh, shit.
Chicken of the Sea?
No.
Shit. What's the best chicken? Or what's the best tuna? Chicken of the Sea.
So they're actually broke. Now, Mav's been around New York in the mid late 70s, early 80s, when 42nd Street Times Square was
hustling.
Was crap.
Yeah.
And they cleaned it up. They straightened it up. We took the kids there when they're 10, 12 years old. ESP, you can walk around Times Square and not worry about it.
Yeah,
you had nothing but hustling going on.
But it's right back to where it's Frank Perdue, yes. Frank Perdue. But it's right back to where it was mid to late 70s.
Yeah.
Worse. And it's just
Did you see Times Square on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Dude, they had They had these little boxes set up, and there was like 2 or 3 people in a box, and they had another one over here and another one.
Dude, millions were there. 1 million people were there usually.
Yeah.
Wall to wall.
And enjoying themselves and partying and loving on one another. And it looked like Escape from New York.
And everybody was
Snake
scared.
Plissken was the host for New Year's Eve.
Cigar prop.
And what's it called was and Cabby was the MC. You know who Cabby was, right?
I am surprised that he has switched gears, because he was one that was very adamant about shutting everything down
Cuomo?
and keeping it shut down.
He's trying to
keeping it down.
Keeping it.
He's trying not to go to jail.
Well,
he killed over 11,000 people.
Yes.
Well, let me rephrase that. He didn't physically kill the 11,000 people himself.
Right.
He attributed to it.
He's responsible for 11,000 deaths.
Well, and also how many businesses were destroyed as a result of that?
Dude, there's people
thousands of businesses. The little bagel shop or the coffee
little mom
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cab drivers are now coming out. The yellow cabs are now coming out and said, we're not going to make it. And there's nobody going.
Going nowhere.
You got to quarantine getting there. You got
That was a sea of yellow in the day and night.
No more cash cab.
That's a good show. Hey, who's he going to pick up?
Nobody.
Snake Plissken and Cabby.
Nobody.
And they don't know too much.
So from the get-go, you guys know that there was a lot of people that were worried about going out and doing stuff. I'm not going to say I was a full proponent of staying at home, but my job kind of forced me to make a choice.
Yes, they did. And you had to go with your job. That's your income. That's your living.
Exactly. I had to do what I had to do. But
sucked.
I did say very emphatically that businesses should be able to decide whether they want to be open or not.
Absolutely.
Because it's their livelihood.
Yes.
And we should be able to go out.
And I don't think, Bones.
No, you go.
I don't think anybody, whether they were doing very well or not, can afford to do that shutdown.
No, they can't.
They can't bounce back from something like that. Say whatever they were bringing in, just a round figure of 100 a week.
They can't.
They can't afford not to have that 100 a week come in.
So we were actually at a local establishment when a couple of their employees were there volunteering their time for this establishment. They were minimally manned, and their employees, the employees of the place, were making more on the unemployment and the extra kickers than they would have been working.
Right.
But all of them said, you know what? No, I'm going to come and I'm going to help you out as far as, cleaning things up and helping you get ready for when we come out of this.
Yes.
But I can't afford to come to work because I'm going to lose $600 a week.
Right.
Well,
wow.
It was like 800, wasn't it, with the 600? And
with the
600 and the 2. Yeah, 800.
Because those employees actually said, we're not, when the governor came back and they opened up a little bit and said, the people go back to work. And they said, if you don't go back to work and you can go back to work, you should lose your benefit.
Yes.
If your job is available to work, you should lose it.
Now, and you also heard me say that if your job is open and it's available, you need to go back to work.
Absolutely.
And my son was one of those that said, you know what, I may lose some money, but
I'm going back.
This is my job and I like it. And they treat me pretty good, so
I'm going to
go back.
I want it. Yeah,
sure. Great job.
And from what I understand from Fast Eddie, very few people refuse to go to work.
No, he got his
people back.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because you take care of your employees.
Yep,
and they'll take care of you.
People want to work. Some people
want to work.
Yeah. Well, we'll even go as far as to say most people do. Most people do.
People need to make money. The two of us, for sure, were fortunate to not have to be unemployed during this whole thing.
Yeah, I was lucky myself.
He's done great here. He's made it through we're not through it yet.
But you made it the heartache of it.
You also know that there were times where the local police department were called because some of the fine well-wishers of the area were going around and turning in businesses that had people in them.
Yes.
And for the most part, I've got to agree, the city has handled it very well.
Absolutely.
They said, not our job to maintain or to do that.
Yes.
Speaking of the city, we got one person sitting in the shop. Mr. Bryant, one of our sponsors, is running for alderman of Ward 5.
Nope.
3?
1.
1? You're 5. And Moore is running for alderman of Ward 5.
Yep.
Yes.
So if you're in Ocean Springs and you live in one of these wards, go out and vote.
Yes, please do.
Oh, Caitlin, it was sad to hear about Rosie's having to close because of COVID.
Oh, I know.
Best.
Well, it wasn't just COVID. It was a business decision.
Yes.
Rosies.
Yeah,
The Mexican place where old.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, that was the best Mexican food I ever had.
They didn't were only open for like 3 weeks, right?
they were open a little bit longer than that, but
we didn't find out about them until
they just could not maintain with small amounts of people and the
they're-
social distancing and all that
Yeah,
stuff. They just couldn't do
If you
it.
like tacos, they had
Ooh.
these things called dipping tacos.
It's a shame.
It is really a shame. I do know that they started out over in Pascagoula.
They're still open in Pascagoula.
They are.
Supposedly.
Yes.
I think it's the other aunt or the mom or one of them. But the girl Ellie, the waitress, was fantastic.
Yeah.
Service was great. Your food was fantastic. They just could not compete.
Just couldn't get over
And I
that.
don't think the bar there's a bar in there on the other side that was owned by other people that allowed smoking inside, believe it or not.
Really?
And
Well,
a lot-
they did, yeah.
And a lot of the people that were eating didn't care for that.
Yeah, I'm
But-
sure they did.
What are you gonna,
6 of one, a half dozen of the
yeah,
other.
you hate to see something like that. People starting food truck. We had a food truck here the other day that was
Fabulous.
I couldn't.
She's coming this Sunday too.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
This Sunday or Super Bowl Sunday?
No, both.
This Sunday.
Oh,
coming this
that's
Sunday?
right. She said she'll be here every
Yeah, if
Sunday.
she wants us here Sunday, she'll come.
yeah.
She did
So-
well. She sold out of everything, so she was very happy, and
That's-
we were very happy with the service.
The black and shrimp burrito was fantastic.
Very happy with the service. Very nice lady. Her kids helped her, and it was a really nice all around good.
You know, the funny thing about it is we've had a food truck or two here for events, and every time that we've had one here, they sold out.
yeah,
People
did
just
well.
were- Yeah, they were. Some people were stopping in the street and getting.
Absolutely. People,
that's the way to go.
People like that.
yeah. They like food trucks, man.
I'm not surprised because I've always enjoyed a food truck rally or just a good food truck.
Isn't there a big one in
New Orleans has a big food truck rally.
Slidell or what?
Well, it's actually in downtown New Orleans.
Is it?
Yeah, they have a little cul-de-sac area that there's nothing in, and my wife and I have gone there, and they had like 20 different food trucks
In a circle,
lined up
right?
around
Yeah.
that circle, and in
Yeah.
the center they had some picnic tables and stuff. And the hardest part was
Deciding.
exactly because you got too many choices. And I was telling somebody here in the shop, we started walking around. We're like, okay, so we're going to start out with this from this truck, and
Yeah,
we almost needed to keep a list.
and it's like going to Epcot in
Oh.
Disney World with
Yeah.
all the foods
Yeah,
and the countries.
You want everything.
Yeah.
You want one of everything.
Yes, yes.
But I was telling him, I said, I came around and I went like 4 or 5 deep into it, and there was a Euro truck there, and they actually had the meat up on the spit, that they were turning and carving off the.
Mm,
And I said, I know exactly what I'm getting right here.
yeah,
That is my kryptonite,
A fresh. Ooh.
to have that meat cut straight off of the spit.
That has been talked about the other night, Caitlin, believe it or not. We were at the local establishment we were talking about earlier, and talking about finding some funding to
Oh,
invest in Rosie's.
yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, God,
That would be nice. Oh,
food was-
and-
Mike
and
Dominic needs some
MTV,
true rings.
MTV, Mike, you are absolutely right.
You know,
That-
I haven't seen them
I haven't
or
seen
had
him in a
them
while.
Heard nothing.
He was on base for a while.
Was he?
Yeah, he was set up on Keesler.
He did post something on Facebook the other day where he just stood there with his Cleveland jersey. His Cleveland
He's
shirt
a
on.
big Cleveland fan. He is.
He's a big boy.
He's a big dude. Air Force veteran.
20. Yeah, he retired. His wife's still active
His
duty.
wife's
Isn't
still
she?
active duty. Yeah. But True Wings is one that actually sold out here in the parking lot.
So I got to call Caitlin after we're done. Apparently, she's got an idea for a giveaway
All right.
because we got to come up with something.
Giveaways.
We got stuff to give away. I mean, I got a lot of crap I got to get rid of.
Recent event, the owner of Potato Nut just died.
What?
Owner of Potato Nut's dead.
Oh no.
Reported 5 minutes ago.
COVID-19.
Oh,
Oh my.
Which that would.
that's
That's
tough.
Yeah, he lost his daughter too.
That's tough.
Yeah, not recently. A couple
No,
of
a
years
couple
ago.
of
A few
Yeah.
years ago, he lost his daughter.
That's tough.
That is a good donut.
Wow.
David Moeller.
Yep. The molars. So y'all, folks, please say a prayer for the
Sad to
family.
hear that.
It's just a small mom and pop donut shop here in town. Fabulous donuts. You can't buy donuts like that at a chain.
Talking about lines during
Not possible.
during festivals, that places. David
Moeller.
David Moeller
Yep.
of Tater Nut
Potato Nut.
has passed away.
Oh,
Wow.
that is. They also own. There's two twin brothers.
There's several several
tall
Moeller.
one, the big one, the
Yeah.
tall ones that both do the detailing on 90,
Rick and Jerry.
and they do a great job.
I think they also own Knuckleheads.
Really,
Yes, I believe so. It's a Moeller family. Yes.
that's a nice.
Sad news.
There's some good food there.
Yeah.
I hate to see it. And Bobby lost a.
Yeah, I
Friend
lost a
yesterday.
friend
Yeah.
by the name of Chris Roberts. Put his family in your prayers.
Demons got
He
him, right?
lost his
No.
battle with the disease of
I don't think
drugs.
he really knows it.
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
Um,
No.
Yeah.
sad news about that. Our prayers are with his family and friends. God bless him.
Absolutely. What else we got? I don't think I got. Maybe I got something from last week. I can't read my own notes. So
I think the biggest topic of discussion that we've had here in the shop has been the events that unfolded in D.C. and the media's attention on that. And now, of course, politically they're trying to embarrass and impeach the president as he's on his way out, which I think it's a gross waste of taxpayers' time and money.
and they're making
To do that.
they're making a mockery of the impeachment process.
And also, it's
I just don't.
let him go in peace,
Yep.
and ring in President-elect Joe Biden and President-elect or Vice President-elect Kamala Harris,
Oh,
and let's hope that they do a good job because
it's all about the
they're
country,
taking
not
over
about-
the helm per se in 8 days.
Yeah.
But let's go through a smooth process and wish our country well and
Yeah,
God bless.
today's the 12th, isn't it?
Yes, 8 days.
A little over a week.
It's a new thing to go into. The vice president and the president, I wish them well, and hope they do our country good.
And they're rushing the process. I read today because they say that he rushed the process to bring in Kavanaugh. It's one of the reasons.
Well,
Okay. Well,
I can maybe.
then if they can live with that, then let them live with that.
yes,
But I will say that one of the things that I've listened to deals with the impeachment process, and the sad reality of it is we've never had a sitting president impeached twice. That has never happened in the United States, in the history of the United States.
right.
Also, the events that unfolded Wednesday or last week, that has never happened
In the
United
history of
States.
our United States.
We've had uprisings, local uprisings. One notable was, I think, in Kentucky or Tennessee, where some military veterans after World War II basically took over the city because it was being run by a bunch of knuckleheads.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, look that up. I didn't know
it
that.
was pretty interesting story. It was a very crooked situation, and these guys came back from war and said, "Yeah, we're not putting up with that.
Right.
We've had enough of that."
Guess what I just thought of? I'm
I'm
thinking about having to break this shit down, right? I'm thinking, oh, guess what? I never hooked up to Wi-Fi or the internet. We're on Wi-Fi.
We're on Wi-Fi. What?
Not a problem.
Wow. How
Right.
about that?
Well, now that I said that,
Yeah. Now we're gonna have issues.
Yeah, right. Well, we only got 2 minutes, so it's all right.
So
Let's hope that the next 8 days is smooth for our country. I realize that there are some people that that feel slighted. I can understand how they would. As events unfold here, I can understand how people that supported the president could be upset because for the last 4 years they've done nothing but attacking from every angle.
Yes.
So I can understand how his supporters could be upset, and I can understand why so many people went
But
to
you know
Washington,
what?
D.C. for that rally.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He stood tall and he took it on the chin and he did all right.
Well, you
know what I mean?
hope,
Yeah.
but you know it had to put some years on him
oh,
absolutely.
terrible.
because it was just like it was like a football game every day,
Yeah.
and he's the dog.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
as much as I support him, like we've discussed before, and I've had this discussion with Mike Bryant, he didn't help himself.
No,
No,
absolutely
well,
did not.
With the Twitter and the way he comes across and says things, you know, he tried to coerce the Attorney General of Georgia
Yeah, he
and
didn't
find
do
him
that.
11,000. He said no. Basically said, you need to find 11,000 votes so I can win this thing. Okay. He never said,
Do 11,000
You know,
votes.
but yet,
It was misconstrued, possibly.
Exactly.
Don't know.
yes.
Uh,
But when
Yeah.
when the president-elect could come out and say before the election, day or two before the election, say, hey, or no, before the Senate election, you vote for us, and we'll make sure you get those $2,000 checks right away.
Yeah.
That to me is more buying votes than anything Trump tried to do. But
Well,
it's over and done with.
it matches or it equals
Yes.
some of the things that.
Like
Stupidly said.
Matt
Yes.
said, it's
Stupidly said.
they got elected. Let's bring them in. Let's hope they do the country right.
Yes.
If they don't, then we vote them out in 4 years, or they do what they got. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this.
Yeah, probably.
Do I think? I think the protesters, and we all know some people that were there. I think they had the right to protest.
Yes.
I don't agree with them with the damage and stuff they did to the Capitol.
Mm-mm.
But you can't say prosecute them to the fullest extent and then not do anything to what went on for the last 9 months and
In other
created
places in the
more
country.
millions and millions and billions
Yeah.
of dollars in damage.
Yeah.
If you're going to go after one side,
Go after all.
go after the other side. Go
Yeah.
after them all.
Go after them
Don't-
all.
And
You know-
I think America's smart enough to, for the most part, the people are looking at this and going, but you gave them a pass, you know, and you said that
Don't worry about it, Kerr.
you said these elected officials of ours said you should go to the streets, you should protest, you should be upset, you should be angry, and they, for lack of better terms, because the word's overused lately, they incited those actions to occur. They encouraged those folks to go out and do the protests. So
Yes.
But it's all up to the individuals, too. They don't have to cause that damage.
don't have to and
You know,
shouldn't.
Absolutely, because who's paying for that? We are. as a
Ultimately,
country.
the
We are.
taxpayers do.
Yes.
You know, now, but
Enough said on that.
yes. Take us out, Mav.
Well,
All
before
right.
before we go, I want to
Yes, give us your
give
opinion
a
on
give
that.
a good review on our Frontline Defender cigar. It has held together well. It's a very well constructed cigar. I did a hole punch, and just like with any other hole punch, you're going to get a little bit of fraying at the end, you know,
Yeah, sure.
because it just happens.
You're breaking the cap up.
I didn't taste the Candela. I didn't catch that at the beginning. It transitioned very smoothly. It's got a good flavor. It's not harsh. Got a good retrohale. If I were an expert, which I'm not, I'm just a cigar smoker. I smoke what I like, and I like what I smoke.
Yep.
Right.
We all do.
I'm going to say this goes in the top 10. And as far as a rating goes, I would give it a solid 93.
Wow.
93. and I don't know why, but because nobody ever gives them 100 because there's no perfect cigar.
Nope.
But this is one that I would smoke again and again and again.
Okay, good. Well, there you go.
So Frontline
The
Cigars
thumbs up.
Defender series, give it a try.
5.5 legs approved.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, for
Send
the
us
Five
some
and a
of the
Half
meals,
Legs
please.
Virtual Cigar Lounge, it's that time where Mort, Bones, and myself, Maverick, bid you good night.
Good night,
And
folks.
we'll see you next week.
Go visit the boys, Ronnie and Rob and Kyle and Frank at the Great Smoke. No,
Great Lakes Smoke.
Great Lakes Smoke.
Give a little love to Cigar Prop as well.
Absolutely. And Cigar Enthusiasts. And V35.
Kurt's still doing his
and
show, isn't he?
GTO. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Cigar Prop will be back on the 18th after the Christmas break. They're going back to
One show a week.
one show a week. He's just too busy.
But he's all over the place still. He's everywhere.
He doesn't.
He's like Chicken Man.
Or he's like Jim Couture.
Cantori, yes.
Joe Cantori.
Yeah.
Well,
Jim Cantor, you don't want to show up.
yeah. Kevin, I'd take him any day. He
Okay.
can show up here any
Jim
day.
shows up, we're in trouble. We need to evacuate.
Yeah.
I'm getting the hell out of town. I'm packing up the truck, putting the dogs in the back,
And
and
gone.
getting the hell out of town.
Yep. Night, folks.
Thanks, folks.
Good night.
Okay, that's a little-
Oh my God. Did you say?
Did he just say my butthole?
Yeah, and you still have him live.
Yeah, I know. We're still live. Did you hear that?
Yeah, yeah.